Hello, YouTube. I'm about to go live with a new cosmic weather report. Stand by. Okay. Let's see. I have everything in place. I believe that I do. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hello, everyone. It is Aunt Carla. It is what time is today? It's hey there. It's Aunt Carla, and it's time for a new cosmic weather report. And the title is The Day of the Dead is coming. Call your ancestors. Hello, everybody. Hello. It's a new week, so it's time for the cosmic weather report. And this is for my witches, conjurers, alchemists, and other spiritual practitioners making magic happen. And this week's cosmic weather report is to discuss the seasonal and astrological elements that it can impact your spell work. So let's get into it. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed that return to sender spell, Iothena. I'm so glad. I am so glad. So today is, well, happy Halloweek, because today is Monday, October 30th. So it's Halloween Eve, I guess you'd say. Tomorrow is October 31st, which is Halloween or Samhain, depending on what you choose to celebrate. And then we have November 1st and 2nd, which is El Dia De Los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. So this is a very exciting time. And as I keep saying, this is like probably the most witchy AF week, witchy as fuck this week, because all kind of stuff is going on. So I want to get into that. I'm going to be on really briefly, but I want to focus not so much on Samhain and Halloween as I want to talk about it's the Day of the Dead and contacting your ancestors. If you saw the title, it's like Day of the Dead is coming, call your ancestors. Like if you have ever been away from your family, or maybe you're hanging out with your mom and she's like, call your grandmother, call your aunt, they just gave you a gift or something. Make sure that you call and thank them, call your ancestors. This is what today is going to be about. Hey, Arisa's child. Nice to see you. Hello, Grace. Let me make sure I got everybody here. Iothena, I'm so glad that the return to sender spell was very helpful for you. Oh, yay. Fantastic. So I'm not taking anyone live today. But before we get started, I do want to pull a card for the collective. This is going to be a witchy AF week. So for any manifestations that you might be working on, I want to pull a card. Let's see what we got here. Grace. Very interesting card. Grace. And if you're into numerology, the number is 20 or the number 2. So this card says, when we sit in relationship with grace, we see every situation through the eyes of love, fostering our desire to meet life with understanding, compassion, and kindness. This card asks that you view your situation with grace. Will understanding bring compassion? How would love view your choices? What would kindness suggest that you do? Ooh, that's a lovely card. Grace. Grace is the card. Now, I'm going to be talking about ancestors today. So this can go a whole bunch of different ways. So, for example, this is not a judgment question, but this is just a question. When's the last time that you updated or refreshed your ancestor altar? If you haven't in a while, this is a great time to do it. So this isn't about, oh, you need to do it. This is about, it's time to reconnect and give yourself grace. This is not the time to say, oh, I haven't done it. I haven't reached out to them in a while. I haven't lit a candle. I haven't cleaned it up. It's a mess. That's okay. This is a time to begin again. We have this week, we have Halloween, Samhain. Many people call this the witch's new year. So this is a time to reconnect with your magic, to tap in to your magic. So it's another time to begin again. So of course, give yourself grace. Grace. Remember that word. Very important. So Let's see, what else do I have today? Oh, before I get started, I'm going to be presenting a workshop this week, and it's called Unearthing Your Family Tree, and it's for the Ancestral Magic Summit. It's going to be held November 1st through November 3rd. November 1st through November 3rd. And it's sponsored by Wendy Mata. And she is from, and her organization is Bruja Power. So over this 3-day period, they're going to have about 26 different presentations on different kinds of ancestral practices. And I'm really excited about seeing some of these myself. And by the way, it's free, FREE, free. So if you want to check that out, go to redsoulflower.com/AMS. That's redsoulflower.com/AMS to sign up for the Ancestral Magic Summit. Lots of great events are going to be going on, and it's going to be happening November 1st through 3rd. But I think you can still access the things up until the 5th. Now, she is also going to be offering an all-access summit package. So if you want to purchase the replays, you can. And if you do happen to do that, you will get my bonus, which is the Ancestor Contact Masterclass. I haven't taught it in a while, but I will be teaching it again in November. So if you have purchased it in the past, you will automatically receive an invite as well. Okay, so let's get into the Day of the Dead, because I really want to get into that before I run. This month in October, I've been doing a lot of performing. I've been doing The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And today and tomorrow are our last days. So I'm squeezing so much into this month. Okay, so what is the Day of the Dead, or El Dia de los Muertos? So the indigenous cultures of Mesoamerica, including the Aztec, they believed in the cyclical nature of life and death. They viewed death not as an end, but as a natural part of the human journey. So the dead were thought to continue their existence in the afterlife, and that the living could maintain a strong connection to them. And there are various rituals and festivals that were held to honor the dead. So the Aztec people in Mexico originally celebrated El Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, as a month-long festival. It was like a whole month. And they honored the spirits of their dead ancestors, and they paid tribute to the married god and goddess who ruled the underworld. And let's see. After Spain, see, I'm trying to do so many things at once. Yes, the Aztec people in Mexico celebrated El Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. It was a month-long festival, and the festival honored the spirits. Oh, I am pausing. Hold on, let me make sure that I am connected. Hold on, like people on YouTube are like, "Hey, what's going on?" People on IG are like, "Hey, what's happening?" I know that everyone on YouTube can hear me fine, but let's see. It is 3:17. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna probably have to edit some of this because it's like I have some kind of poor connection, and it's bagging my trash. I'm going like, ooh, like the Matrix. Nope. If this keeps up, I'm going to pause it. Yes, it's going to pause due to poor connection. It's reconnecting. Okay, here we are back. Okay, we're going to try this again. Oi. Poor connection. I don't know what's going on. You would swear that we were going through Mercury retrograde. When I tell my husband that, he's like, no, I would not, because he is not into Mercury retrograde. Okay, so let me get back to the whole Day of the Dead thing. Okay, the Aztec people in Mexico originally celebrated El Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, as a whole month-long festival. And it honored their dead ancestors, and it paid tribute to the married god and goddess who ruled the underworld. It took place about the end of July and the beginning of August. Now, after Spain conquered Mexico in 1521, the Spanish priests moved their Day of the Dead month-long celebration to coincide with the Christian holiday of All Saints Day and All Souls Day, which was November 1st and November 2nd. So it's very interesting that this whole month-long celebration got moved and squinched to a 2-day period. So anyway, because I've been reading about these different months that have been these different, how months in the calendars have been moved around, I no longer believe that the veil is only thin at this time of the year. Perhaps the ancient Celts might have believed that, but I think now we are even more evolved, and we know that spirits are around all the time, all year round. So I think we don't have to limit ourselves. But this is Scorpio season. Scorpio season is about death and sex and transformation. So this is when we're going to, this is when we're going to do the official celebrations. But hopefully, I think you and I know that you can contact your ancestors any time of the year. All right. Thank you for those hearts. So one of the central features of the Dia De Los Muertos celebration is the creation of ofrendas, which are altars. And people have these altars that are adorned with candles, marigolds, sugar skulls, and pan de muerto, which is the bread of the dead, food, beverages, and other items that were significant to the deceased person. And these ofrendas, these altars, they serve as a way to welcome the spirits of the deceased back to the world of the living and to offer them the essence of the items that were displayed. Now, if you've seen the movie Coco, you've probably seen this a few times. I know that I have friends that watch this movie every single year, and I know whenever I watch it, it's just like, oh, it's so beautiful. But the idea is that we want to keep the memory of our ancestors alive, and we do that by remembering them. We do that by honoring them. So when we have our ancestor altars, no matter what time of the year it is, it's so very important to keep them close in our hearts. So today, Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, is not celebrated just in Mexico, but in various other countries, and other cultures, especially thanks to Coco, are also doing this as well. So I just wanted to come through today and give offer some suggestions on how you might like to celebrate the Day of the Dead and contact your altar, contact your ancestors. There we go. Okay, so of course, create some kind of ancestral altar or ofrenda. You can set up a dedicated space with photographs, mementos, and items that represent your ancestors. And you can decorate your altar with candles, incense, flowers, and traditional Day of the Dead or Samhain symbols. Samhain is the ancient Celtic festival that later became Halloween. Samhain is spelled Samhin. Samhin. Hain. By the way, I just released a podcast, You Are the Spell, and I break down everything. I break down Samhain, Halloween, and Day of the Dead. So I highly recommend that you check that out. I will also be offering a link to that as well. Okay, offerings and food. You can place offerings and food. Yes, dear? All right, well, we got to go. All right. Offerings and food. You can light candles, meditation and prayer, ancestral stories, visit grave sites, divination and communication. Definitely do a tarot spread and ask your ancestors to speak to you through your tarot cards. Music and dance. Play music that would be meaningful to them from their time period. So if that sounds good to you, I highly recommend that you try that. So as I said, wrapping up, Day of the Dead is coming. Call your ancestors. Check me out at the upcoming Ancestral Magic Summit. You can sign up for that. It's free, November 1st through the 3rd at redsoulflower.com/AMS. That is it for me for today. I will see y'all later. Happy Halloween. Happy Samhain. Bye. All right. Thank you so much. Let me get a good smile photo. All right, YouTube. See y'all later. Bye.